Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Earlier this week we had Mental Health Awareness Day. I believe it was on Tuesday. And so Keely and I decided to take the opportunity to talk about some of the mental illnesses that we struggle with and face. Keely talked about living life with ADHD, and so I'll leave a link to her video up in the iCards above. I'm not exactly sure what side it is on. So be sure to watch that. I found it very informative and helpful to kind of know what ADHD is and kind of about what it's like to live with it. For me, I want to talk about my emetophobia. I stated that I had it in my 15 Facts About Me video, but I wanted to kind of explain more about how it affects my life and kind of more about it. So if you don't know what emetophobia is, it is a fear of vomit or vomiting. I can't remember a time in my life where I haven't had this fear. I've been trying to, especially the last couple of years, as I've learned more about phobias and stuff in some of my classes that I take at school, I've been trying to trace back to when it may have started. And the earliest memory that I have of when it might have started was when I was about the age of 4. And I went over to my friend's house to play, and her little brother got sick. And it caused me to gag just by seeing him get sick and panic from that because I myself didn't want to throw up. And I remember just like running away and panicking. And ever since then, that's kind of like the reaction that I get is I don't gag when people throw up in front of me anymore, thank goodness. But I tend to panic and want to run away and be as far away as possible from the person that is sick that I can be. And so, that's kind of how I feel. If I hear about somebody like that I know has been sick or something, I tend to panic and be on high alert, especially like I tend to panic that my family members are going to get sick and ask them a lot of questions like, how are you feeling? Are you feeling okay? Enough that they get annoyed with me fairly quickly because I'm constantly asking them to make sure that they aren't sick and that if they are going to get sick that I know and can avoid being around them. I tend to like quarantine myself in my room if people in my household are sick and keep Lysol and wet wipes like Clorox wipes on hand and sanitize every surface that I touch. Keep it with me wherever I go around the house in case the person that is sick has touched something. And I also tend to not eat until the people who are sick are feeling better. I'll still eat a little bit, but I tend to avoid like eating big meals. I'll mostly just eat like peppermints or something like that to kind of calm myself down. That's another thing that I shared in my 15 Facts About Me video is that I'm addicted to peppermint, like peppermint oil, peppermint Altoids, peppermint gum, and that does stem from my emetophobia. When I was about 11, I was feeling sick one day, and so my mom gave me a bottle of peppermint oil and she made me peppermint tea with it, which was just like peppermint oil, sugar and water. And ever since then I have been addicted to peppermint. I make sure that I always have like peppermints on me at all times and peppermint gum on me at all times because I like to have those in case I'm feeling anxious about being sick or somebody else being sick, or just because I like it now. I'm completely addicted to them and constantly like to have them. After I eat a meal now, I tend to like chew gum or eat an Altoid or two. But that addiction definitely has stemmed from my emetophobia and from that one time that my mom gave me peppermint. I like to make sure like if I'm like on vacation or something to have like peppermint oil with me. I also got these like peppermint beadlets from doTERRA that I like to have, and if I'm feeling really anxious or somebody around me has been sick or something, I'll like take one of the peppermint beadlets and they're like just little balls of peppermint oil that dissolve in your mouth, so I'll eat those if I'm feeling extremely anxious or sick myself or somebody around me has been sick. So that's kind of something that I do to cope with it. I don't think it's that healthy, I guess. I can't imagine eating a bunch of sugary peppermint. Is that healthy? But yeah, that's kind of something that I do to cope. Another thing that I do to cope is try to like reroute the way that I think. It used to be that I feel like I was trying to control the situation, because you can't really control when people get sick. It's something that just happens because it's life. And so to control it, I would put like, I don't know, I would say if I were to wear the shirt and somebody were to get sick, I couldn't wear the shirt again, because if I wore it again, it would cause them to get sick again. And so I think that was like my way of trying to control the situation. Like, I can make it so nobody around me will get sick if I avoid doing this, this, this. And so I've been working, especially like within the last year or so, on how to reroute my thinking and make it so that I don't put that meaning on things, because it really does like affect my life, and it's kind of annoying to like not be able to wear the same clothes even if I just wore it once, because that one time that I wore it somebody was sick. And so yeah, it's been kind of good for me to do that. Yeah, most of the time, just like when people are sick, I tend to avoid being around them. I make sure that I quarantine myself, because I can't trust them to stay quarantined, but I can trust myself to stay quarantined with a bunch of like disinfectant stuff. I try to avoid using the same bathroom as other people. When we were in England, my sister Amberly got sick when we were in Bath, and so that night, my cousin Keely was really nice, and she showered before me after my sister had showered, so that I don't have to shower right after her and touch those germs, if that makes any sense. So yeah, going on vacations with people definitely adds to my stress levels, because I'm in constant fear of them getting sick and me not being able to have my distance from them. Because I like to be able to have like the safety of my own room, the safety of my own bathroom, the ability to get away from them and stay away from them and not have to touch anything that they've touched if they're sick. So going on vacations definitely cause a lot of stress for me in that way, but I still like to go on them because I love to travel and experience new things. Another thing, like going to amusement parks and stuff, I like to make sure that the people that I'm going with, if I go with anybody new, that they're not motion sick, and if the people that I go with, if they are motion sick, I like to make sure that they have like Dramamine or something. And I feel like I'm probably extremely annoying because I constantly ask like, how are you feeling? Are you feeling okay? Are you doing alright? Just because I want to know if they're feeling sick so that I can stay away from them. Yeah, so just different things like that affect me. I tend to like panic if I'm out somewhere and somebody gets sick, or I see that somebody's been sick or hear about it. I try to have been working on calming my panic attacks, and I don't freak out quite as much as I used to, which is good. Yeah. If you have emetophobia or know somebody who has emetophobia, just know that you're not alone. And if you have any advice on how to better cope with emetophobia, let me know, because it's something that I've definitely been working harder on within like the last year or so on getting over, because it's not very fun to live with it and to always be in constant fear of those around you being sick. Like every morning I wake up and make sure that those around me are feeling okay, and then throughout the day it slowly like doesn't affect me as much because I see that the people are okay. But if they're acting different or something, I'm really fearful and like probably bother them so much by asking them constantly like, are you okay? Are you feeling okay? And stuff like that. So if you have any advice on how to help cope with emetophobia, let me know. Or if you have any questions on it, feel free to ask and I will do my best to answer. Yeah, sorry if this was kind of a rambling video, But thank you very much for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye!